the lovely Starsha. Step right up to the microphone, and it's on. It's hot. 3, 2, 1.
Water signs, welcome to Supernova Moon Tarot. My name is Starsha. This reading is going to be for water signs: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. If this is your first time, welcome to the channel. It's a pleasure to be in your energy. Cross watchers, you know you always welcome. Returning viewers, thank you so much for coming back. And subscribers, do not forget to hit that bell. Water signs. For your reading, I'll be using the All She Wrote Tarot deck made by yours truly. And of course, for your spirit advice, we'll be tapping into the Healing with the Angels Oracle deck. Water signs, let's go ahead and tap in. Spirit angels, ancestors, what's the primary energy for my water signs? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I'm super excited to dive in. Can't you tell? Let's go ahead and see what's going on with my water signs. Ooh, that flipped out. I'm talking about flipper, okay? So water signs, we have karmic connection as the primary energy of your reading. So some of you all are dealing with a karmic connection, straight up. All right. You're in it right now. Okay. Now, karmic connection, let's break it down. So this is a teachable moment. You're going to learn some valuable lessons in this relationship, in this connection, with this experience. So the karmic connection can be with a lover, a friend, a family member, a substance, a habit, work. Okay. It can be in so many categories here. And we're going to break it down and see what this message is truly about. But you're connected to something, you're involved in something. The energy that surrounds you in a particular area in your life is karmic. We can have a karmic connection with our finances. All right. So let's take this opportunity to see what it is that we need to learn. What is spirit tapping us on the shoulder and trying to show us? Please clarify this karmic connection. I'm talking about flipper is all up. And y'all remember flipper? I don't know if you old enough. Let's go ahead and take a look here. We have sacral chakra reversed. We also have paternal trauma reversed. Okay, so this is giving parental issues here. All right, this is giving intimacy and trauma. So putting two and two together, guys. For some of you all, you may resonate with growing up in a toxic home environment. Whether you had both parents, whether you had a single parent, whether you were an orphan, okay, whether you had some sort of guardianship, whatever you experienced, whatever you saw, whatever you absorbed in your childhood, in regards to love, in regards to relationships and how they should flow, how they should go, the mutual respect of love. Whatever you experienced is playing out in the relationships that you have now. So some of the relationships that you may be attracted to may be a reflection of some of the traumatic experiences that you've had in your past life. Okay. You might be attracted to, I'm just going to throw this out here. You might be attracted to the D-boys. You might be attracted to non-committal energies. You might be attracted to aggressive and or violent, okay, partners here. It might turn you on to get jacked up. Some of you guys might be in overly sexual relationships, right? And again, this is not just what I'm talking about here. you could be in relationships where there's just simply an imbalance, where there's no equal give and take. Mommy issues, daddy issues, where you're looking for the love that you didn't get as a child in your relationships now. And that could be off-putting to the people that you meet. So there's still an air or an energy of you needing to heal certain aspects of yourself, because it's going to make all of the difference in the world when it comes to the partners you select and how your relationships play out. Give me more, spirit. Give me more now. This is sensitive territory we're tiptoeing around. Okay, so what's the challenge here? All right, what's the challenge here? Because I'm hearing, I don't ever want to be like what I experience, or I don't ever want to be like the people I experience. Heck, I don't ever want to be like my mother or father here, right? Because what they had, I love them. I respect them. Hey, they gave me life. You know what I mean? I could show gratitude and, in this way and in that way. But ultimately, man, I was traumatized. You know what I mean? And it's interesting. I find myself choosing men like my father, or I find myself choosing women like my mother. What is this? Why am I constantly unhappy? Why does it seem like I keep picking the same guy or girl in a different form, in a different body? Well, we have an energy that's crossing this whole situation that I'm talking about here. And it's saying I'm falling in love, and it's in reverse. So what this indicates to me is that perhaps you all are growing out of this energy. Perhaps you are really doing the work and recognizing the healing that is needed, or you have healed, or you are healing. I feel like healing is a forever thing. You just get better. Right? You just get better. So I feel like you are falling out of love with the old you. I'm hearing some of you guys say, I don't have a type anymore. I just want someone who is divinely aligned with me, and I'm falling out of love with the game, right? Some of y'all be front and center, front and center looking for a toxic person to take home. Y'all, look, I'm not going to open up. I'm not going to do it, but I'm definitely getting flashbacks. But like I said, you've retired from being that person. Like, that was a past version of you. That was your past life. Now you're looking for something stable, something real, something healed. All right. So let's get the root energy for the water signs. I feel like this reading is not going to be long, y'all. Let's take a look at the root of this reading. What's the root of the reading for the water signs here? Water signs. Ooh, that's a lot. Let's narrow it down a little bit, spirit. Let's narrow it down. So what's the problem? We got conflict. Some of you all may have conflict with an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Some of you all may have conflict with staying and remaining grounded, right? So, your water energy, many emotions are involved. You could be perhaps a little moody every now and then, a little up, a little down. People may have to tiptoe on eggshells around you, because one way you're flowing in a minute, and then the next minute you're flowing a different way. And so there's an energy that surrounds you, or there are partners that surround you that want to, I want to say they want to approach you, but they have to be strategic about it, because they know how much you change. And so this is kind of like, again, what I like to call a come to Jesus moment. Water signs, sometimes we have to hold ourselves accountable, right? And I feel like it's quite honestly a part of your makeup, your DNA, spiritually, seriously. How you are so emotional, and so how you are so in touch and in tune, and how you switch up and change up, that people do have to learn you. They have to learn how to deal with you, because you are quite sensitive beings. Okay. And that's not a diss. That's not a jab. It's just your makeup here. right? So sometimes because we're in such a flowy energy or this spiritual energy, we're so, immersed in the feeling. All right. Think about when you immerse yourself in water and just, it's so deep here. Even the pressure, all right, begins to become more intense the deeper that you get. So it's like your emotional energy, your personality. All right. It's very deep. There's multiple layers, and it can create some pressure. It can create some pressure for those who don't feel the way that you feel. Okay. Being a water sign is very unique. All right. This is coming from a water sign, myself. So, the challenge is being able to ground yourself here, ground yourself, having a balance between the emotion, the spiritual aspect, the feelings, and then the 3D reality. Okay. What's really going on here, and being able to get out of those feelings, get out of those emotions, and really take a look and tap into the physical, what's present here. Okay. How are you being received or perceived in the 3D world? How are you playing a role in relationships? Are you easy to deal with? Are you easy to understand, or are you quite complex? Are you complicated here? And again, this is no diss. This is just understanding your makeup here, understanding you and what it's like to experience you from an outsider's perspective here. And so I feel like, being the magnificent water signs that you are, that we are, heck, the challenge here is grounding. Okay. Because that's the root of your energy. And the root is saying that there's a conflict when it comes to grounding yourself here. So some of you all still, again, might be dealing with some, issues from the past that perhaps some, therapy would work for you, and some of you may not even care for therapy, but just understand here that, being grounded is going to be very significant for you as you progress forward in your spiritual healing journey. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at the past here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the past. You may have an earth sign in your energy who truly does care for you. We have fate here. So a tower has occurred here. Something has occurred in the recent past that has you in an emotional energy. Let's go ahead and take a look here. We have maternal trauma reverse. I keep letting you back in. So again, I'm picking up an issue when it comes to maternal or paternal trauma here. Something has happened in your past life that is currently affecting how you play your role in relationships here with this I keep letting you back in. Some of the experiences that we have had in the past life, whether we recognize it or not, can truly have an effect on our behavior in our current relationships. This is the same story that I'm getting. Spiritual awakening is in reverse, and some of you all are not seeing this. I've been looking for love in all the wrong places is here, and heart chakra in reverse. It's like the same partners. We keep running into the same partners over and over again. We find ourselves in heartbreak over and over and over again. There needs to be we need to take a deeper look, a deeper dive into these emotions and find out where they're coming from so that we can tackle them and we can work towards advancing and healing so that we can be more grounded and more stable in our relationships and less sensitive, and just have a more grounded approach to the relationships that we're trying to build here moving forward. What's the energy that's crowning the water energy? What's the energy that's crowning the water energy? What's the energy? This isn't an easy message to give. Okay. This is not an easy message to give. Don't listen to what people say in reverse. So I feel like sometimes we can block out what people have to say about us because we feel like, you can't tell me anything about myself. I know who I am. I know that my emotions are valid. Yes, they are valid, but we need to examine them a little bit closer and see where they're coming from because we have valuable lessons lessons here in reverse. There's still an opportunity to learn more about, where you are right now, who you are right now, your behavior, different patterns here. Wow, this is not an easy message to give, but I'm going to keep speaking. I'm going to keep speaking because it's for the greater good of you and I, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at the energy that's coming towards you. What energy is coming towards this water energy here? We have celibacy reversed. We have releasing the past here. So some of you all are going to be releasing the past. We have celibacy in reverse. So, celibacy means abstaining from or holding back from. So you're moving towards an energy of releasing the past, actually doing the work to do so, to get it done so that you can really truly enjoy your relationships moving forward. This is a very clear message, very clear cut, short and precise. I've got a big ego is here. And that goes back to what I was saying before. Sometimes you can't tell us nothing, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You can't. We got a big ego. We know who we are. We know how we feel. Our valids are right. You know what I'm saying? Who gonna check me, boo? Well, Spirit is checking us, okay? Spirit is checking us with this I've got a big ego energy, okay? So how do you see yourself at this time? How do you see yourself at this time besides I've got a big ego here? You see yourself as a twin flame energy, all right? Now, I feel like some of you guys spend a lot of time alone with this cohabitation energy in reverse. Maybe you're spending time creating projects with this conception energy. Conception doesn't necessarily mean pregnancy of a child. Some of you all could be pregnant. And if you are, congratulations. That's quite the journey there. That's quite the journey there. But some of you all are giving birth to new projects, new opportunities here. Now, we have spiritual guidance here coming out. I want to clarify that. So you're in a space where some of you all are spending some time alone. Some of you all are working on some passion projects. Some of you all are working on rebranding yourselves here. Yeah. And this antisocial energy. Some of you all are antisocial from a fire sign. You could be. So I feel like there are a lot of different partners looking in on you, observing you. It's like you're a specimen. And, don't take this reading as something negative. Understand that there are lots of layers to you. You are very deep. But also, taking a look at yourself from an outsider perspective, understanding how it is to deal with you, not looking at it from your perspective, but an outside view. Okay. An outside view. It's quite the challenge here. So you've got a fire sign energy surrounding you. You've got earth energy surrounding here. And I feel like the energies that surround you are still supportive. It doesn't matter, what the situation was. It doesn't matter if, these people may have even betrayed you, whatever the situation is. That's not the case for everyone, but I feel like you have people that surround you who care for you, who care about your well-being, who want to see you okay, who wants to see you be great, who wants to show you love. But again, back to what I was saying before, it's like eggshells, okay? Eggshells walking around the water sign here because we don't know where you are, okay? Mentally, physically, spiritually, we don't know how you're doing. And you have to come to you. You got to be able to step to you in a way where you're not going to snap. No, you're not going to snap. All right, collective water signs. Let's go ahead and take a look at the hopes and fears sector here. We have power couple. So people want to be in a relationship with you. I feel like you guys are going to be getting some offers in business and in networking here. Perhaps you're going to move up in a company or an opportunity at work, or a work opportunity is coming in for you with this polyamorous connection and power couple. I feel that you are very talented, very gifted, very skilled, and you're very passionate about what you do. There's no half stepping here. We have you make me want to leave the one I'm with in reverse. I feel like when you all commit to something, or when you all commit to someone, you're in it for the long haul until you feel that they've betrayed you. Okay. And I feel that you all also give multiple chances here. You give multiple chances, even when you shouldn't. And we have this self-love energy here, but it's coming out in reverse. So again, tying back to the beginning of the reading here, the more you begin to love yourself, the more you begin to forgive your parents, to forgive the past here, forgive yourself, the better your relationship outcomes will become. The more you're going to be, I guess you can say the easier it is, it's the easier it will be to work with you and to understand you. I just feel like you're processing so many things, so many emotions, and whether you all know it or not, the past is still present here. The past is still present. What's the outcome for the water sign here? Outcome for the water sign, we have don't hate the player, hate the game. Again, there's an energy of you leaving these player energies and moving towards a more divine, victorious relationship here, leaving the lust behind here. All right, what else here? Inner child healing is here. And I'll be there when you need me. So I feel like somebody is coming in wanting to help and guide you through this healing. This could be your actual spirit guides, or this could be a lover, a new lover that's coming in for the water signs here. Any last messages for the water signs before we get the spirit advice? This was an unexpected reading here. Okay, what's this, y'all? This popped out. Heightened intuition and humility. Interesting. Let's take a look at your spirit advice. Heightened intuition. And it's like the more you know yourself, the more you have this come to Jesus moment, the more you recognize that we all can grow. We all still need healing. The better off you're going to be long term here. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and take a look at your spirit advice for this reading. Spirit advice for the water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Ooh. Oh, we have friendships. See, I feel like people want to befriend you. Like they want to care for you. They want to be there for you if you open. Like I was saying, if you open up your heart and you let them in. So let's go ahead and read friendship and see what that's all about. So friendships. Changes in your friendships are occurring. Be lovingly honest with yourself and your friends right now, and appreciate the healing benefits of a true friend. Not only are you changing on the inside, but your life is changing on the outside as well. Among these changes are your relationships with friends. Perhaps you fear that you no longer have common interests with old friends, or maybe you wonder if you'll meet new friends with whom you share close bonds. Changes in friendships are natural, and the angels ask you to surrender your relationships to them. Knowing that God and the angels watch over you and your friends, they will lovingly help all of you during these transitions. This card also signifies that you are ready to receive new friendships with people who mirror your interests and ambitions. So again, this reading can be indicative of where you come from in your healing journey. This reading could also be indicative as to where you are, and maybe there are some things that you didn't recognize about yourself. And it's at the end of the day, shedding light on all of this. So this is a very deep reading, of course. This is a very progressive reading as well. And I'm just so honored, and I'm so grateful that you've allowed me to tap in your energy and relay such a sensitive message. Of course it's sensitive. It's my water signs, right? So water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your energy. It has been a pleasure. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And remember, be sweet. Thanks for watching and donating to the channel. Love, Starsha.